Well, greetings there, fellow wanderers. Jacob Wile here,
And Tiki too.
and welcome back to Wandering Over Yonder, a vlog series where I take Tiki here on a voyage through Greg McCracken's madcap Disney XD series, Wander Over Yonder. Having been to the series before, it is my job to show him the ins and outs of this strange universe. And this time, we have The Lonely Planet.
Yeah, that's right, Jacob. So we've been away from Wander Over Yonder for a while. That was definitely not my intention. As a matter of fact, Jacob, I remember I definitely watched this episode in preparation for doing a podcast about it literally like a month ago. I honestly don't remember what happened to prevent us from doing that podcast. I probably was sick or something. I know I had a cold for a couple weeks. That definitely had something to do with it. But we're back. We're back. So,
And then probably Marvel Month.
yeah, we did have Marvel. I mean, it wasn't really Marvel month. It was more just like, let's catch up on Jessica Jones before Luke Cage comes out month. So not one of our more illustrious themed months that we do on the channel. So
Well, anyways, we're back to wandering around.
we are planning on doing Luke Cage for Black History Month in February, so I think that's going to be a little bit more appropriate. But anyways. Yeah, so The Lonely Planet, Wandering Over Yonder. Jacob, it's been too long, man. I miss this show. Oh my god. This episode is great. It's really a great episode to get us back into the swing of things. Of course, if you guys remember, the last podcast we did on the show about a month ago was me ranking my favorite of all the 20 episodes we did. We were in the first 20 of the season. We're basically at the halfway point. This is like going over the hump of the halfway point. Jacob, I gotta say, this episode's like up there with some of my favorites that we've done so far. It's not like you know me. I have like a preference for these episodes. Like my favorite episodes are the ones that kind of make Wander really like get into Wander's head and kind of break his sanity a little bit. Those are kind of structurally my favorite episodes. But this episode, I just love the conceptual nature of this episode. We see, like, literally, I don't think I've ever seen a planet characterized like this before.
I can't say I have either. I mean, there's Ego Living Planet, but I don't think it's quite like that.
Right. It's just very unique, and it's just one of those things that I keep harping on in a good way about this show is that there is no possible way that you could do this show in live action or even like realistic looking CGI like they're going to do with the live action Lion King movie, quote unquote live action parentheses, but I digress. But anyways, yeah, really fun episode here. So I mean, it's a very basic premise, Jacob, which is why I'm kind of going to struggle for stuff to talk about with this episode. Because really all it is just Wander, Wander is just being the nice guy he usually is to everyone. And of course, he's taken by the Lonely Planet, the title planet. And I love the voice acting on this planet. Just really, they did a great job kind of capturing that whole possessive psycho girlfriend thing. You know what I mean?
Wander Over Yonder, eh?
I mean, it's like on surface level, the performance is just like, oh, I'm just a super, super sweet girl, but there's just something very sinister lurking underneath.
Yeah, which slowly reveals itself.
Mm-hmm.
It's not entirely obvious at first. It becomes glaringly obvious as it goes on.
Yeah, I mean, it does. It's pretty obvious, like, as soon as Sylvia enters the picture that, oh, boy, this is conflict. Here we go.
Jealousy!
Oh, God. And, of course, this episode is a really good kind of, kind of testament to Sylvia and Wander's bond and friendship that they have with each other. There's no mountain too high, no stream too wide. All right, well, maybe that was almost a little too wide.
Almost. Yes.
One of my favorite sight gags here is when the planet's showing Wander all the sunsets.
And then when Sylvia comes up and just like
just dark clouds.
Like, have you ever seen anything like it? No.
Yeah, Jacob, I gotta say, I'm struggling to say anything about this episode because really there's no over the top gags or anything like that. It's just it's very well told visually. It's almost completely visual, which is what I like about it.
Then we can talk about we can just talk about how crazy the episode gets. Mainly not the episode itself, but the planet itself herself. Yes.
Yeah, Janet, planet Janet.
I love you.
I see what you did there. Nice,
Yes.
nice. I
I'm actually
appreciate
gonna be in my local theater soon.
nice, nice. Anyways, so Janet, the planet, she literally just after the perfect day, Wander. Thank you for showing me the best day of my life. I can't do the voice well. I'm not doing the voice any justice. It's just like
trust me, I couldn't either. I'd have to speak in a falsetto, like, "Thank you for the best day of my life, Wander."
Yeah, we're two grown ass men. We can't do it. We really can't do it. But suffice to say, Jacob, like I said, the performance is very subtly crazy. Like on surface level, you just think it sounds like a really nice girl, But it's just like it's the nuance of the performance mixed with the writing that really makes it stand out. Where it's like, okay,
and that's all before she goes back crap crazy.
Okay, of course.
Yeah,
So I guess the craziness starts with the mountain that she literally just sprouts into existence.
Yes. Just to separate Wander and Sylvia.
Oh, Wander's fine. He's right where you left him, barring a mountain, of course.
It's weird how she can talk to different people, not have anybody hear her.
Yeah, that's true. That's one thing I honestly can't really think about.
I mean, maybe she's just able to project certain places and things like that.
Right. I mean, that's one of the fun things about the episode. I mean, let's just give it up for just all the creative ways in which they have the planet personified, because they have it talking mostly through a flower. I think that's kind of the main thing that it talks through. That's kind of like the mouthpiece is the flower. But, we've also just got all the stuff the planet can do, like moving the mountains, all the sunsets, all the different sunsets we see. So it really is just like this character. It's literally just like, hey, what if we made like planet Earth into a character in like the Milky Way galaxy?
Starring and have her fall in love with Wander.
Oh, God. No, it'd be a whole soap opera, Jacob. You see like, I don't know, like I guess Venus or someone like that would be like the most popular planet. Saturn would have all the rings, and Saturn would be awkward. I don't know, maybe the ring. I'm getting way too much into this. Let's see the whole sitcom of like just all the planets, and then Pluto would be the one that everyone hates.
And Jupiter be in charge.
Jupiter would be in charge. Yes. No, Jupiter would be the supervisor, but the sun would be the big boss.
Oh yeah, of course. And Pluto just all the way be out there in the distance, just being all awkward and nerdy and
exactly. Anyways,
all awkward and shy.
Oh God. But seriously, it's a testament to this episode that we could actually see something like that actually happening, because it really does just do a really good job of this is a planet, and this is the personality of the planet, this is the psychology of the planet, and this is how the planet expresses itself.
Yeah, and the good algorithm, like someone who's lonely becoming too clingy.
Oh God, yes. And I've been on both sides of that spectrum when it comes to relationships. So
yeah, I can see that.
I have been the clinger and the clingy. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, anyways,
and Wander's I think Wander notices at first, but he doesn't pay any heed to it because he's being polite. But near the end, when she starts showing him a house and the pictures and everything that's when he starts to he's like, this is kind of uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's just it's like a Tim Burton, Edward Scissorhands type. There's a topiary of Wander, like a mailbox, Wander and Janet forever. It's just oh boy, no.
That's when he starts to realize
this is not Carl and Ellie. This is not Up. You do not get to have an adorable mailbox.
Yeah, I think that's the point. It's supposed to be freaking creepy. And tell you what, it is kind of creepy, especially it's like she's willing to like just hold him hostage just to be with him forever.
I mean, yeah, the episode does get pretty damn dark, I must say. Like, very subtly, but...
Not nearly as dark as probably some of the other episodes, but...
Sure.
But yeah, that's pretty disturbing. I mean, she pretty much, like, just forces him to stay with her forever. Yeah, but then, of course, when she sees his bond with Sylvia, she, of course, sees the error of her ways.
Yeah, and then, of course, she gets into a relationship with,
her
Maurice.
The moon. It's like that. Which, of course, has some innuendos in there.
Yeah, it also, like, makes scientific sense.
Yeah, but it's like scientifically innuendo.
Exactly.
It's like,
Yeah, so...
you're making me melt my polar ice caps.
Yeah. And that's about it, Jacob. I really can't think of anything else to say about this episode. I mean, I think it kind of speaks for itself. Like I said, it's all in the execution. It's all in the animation, the fact that they really personify the planet really well. Also, I really like Janet's line, like right after she freaks out. Okay, sorry I was being a little weird just there.
Yeah, but like, and then she just like goes and makes it worse.
Right.
And a good testament to Wander and Sylvia's friendship.
Yeah, so it's a really creative episode. Like I said, it definitely takes advantage of the medium that it's being portrayed in. I love animated shows like that. You know, that's some of my favorite animation where it's just like, I dare you to remake this in live action. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I love cartoons like that. I mean, like cartoons like that. I mean, like cartoons. A lot of cartoons like get recognition, get praise for how realistic they are.
Right. Honestly, a show like BoJack Horseman kind of does both really well. BoJack Horseman is both realistic and incredibly outlandish at the same time. But I digress.
I mean, that's what I don't understand. Like, animation gets praised for how realistic it is. I mean, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I mean, where shows like this get glanced over because it's too outlandish sometimes.
Yeah, well, we'll see how it goes. Jacob, any final thoughts about this episode?
No, very solid, very fun, very even kind of creepy at its core. And the dangers of obsession.
Oh yeah. Anything you can tell us about the next episode we're going to be covering?
Next episode is known as The Brainstorm. You ever wonder how supervillains and their henchmen come up with ideas for their their plans? They held press conferences.
Oh God.
Haters and peepers work together on a pitch to conquer a planet, to conquer a certain planet, while all the while trying to take in how Wander will influence it. How Wander will interrupt their plan.
All right, cool. Should be a fun one. So, Jacob, I'm really glad to be getting back on track with the series. Hopefully it doesn't fall by the wayside like it did last time. You know, I do like to do at least one episode a week when it comes to stuff like this. So, definitely hoping to get that going. And in the meantime, until next time, everyone, later, haters.